Is a multifaceted creative, visionary, serial entrepreneur, and a budding mogul whose career is marked by authenticity, resilience, and an unwavering commitment to purpose. She's also a sickle cell advocate who's passionate about helping those who struggle with the disease like herself. Joining us this morning for 10 Minutes to Your Health is Daniela A. White. That was a mouthful. Good morning, Daniela.
Good morning.
How are you? You say your life with sickle cell is not a burden, but a testament to strength. What has living with this disease taught you about resilience and purpose?
Well, I mean, I feel like when you have a chronic illness, you have to find hope in the small things. And finding hope in this disease has given me the purpose to not just advocate for myself, but advocate for others. It has also caused me to lock in with God. You understand? Because in order for me to stay alive, the only person who could keep me consistently has to be God. So it has also built my faith.
Brilliant. Brilliant. And I ask that because I think we're becoming more aware of sickle cell, but there's a time when people would hear sickle cell and those who are not aware of it would think, oh my gosh.
Death sentence.
Yes. Has that changed?
Yes and no. Yes, because people are seeing more persons like myself with the disease who seem to be doing a lot of things.
Yes.
It's no longer as morbid as it looks. It still is, you know.
Yes.
But the outlook of it is changing. The way we show up in the space is changing. Also, there's more research. There's more advocacy. There's more medication available. There are more treatment options. So it's not as
doom and gloom as we thought it was before. Because one of the things too is we used to feel like, okay, if you have sickle cell, you're almost like ceramic. Isn't that true? People used to treat you like ceramic. You can't go outside and make the sun touch you. You can't do any activity. But you do so much. You do so much.
But I do so much with care. I still handling it with care. So I still have to manage temperature around me. So I'm controlling what I can control. Okay. Temperature, medication, how stressed I am. And you can know entertainment is very stressful, but I still have to manage it because if I get too stressed, I become sick. If I get too hot, I become sick. Outside is very hot. So
if I get very cold.
So it's about management. Yeah. Because I live with this, so I'm gonna have.
How do you balance ambition with that?
Time management.
Yeah.
Also learning that I cannot do everything.
Right.
I am doing a lot, but I cannot do everything. So I rely heavily on people. I rely on a team, big up the team every single time because I cannot do everything on my own.
Yeah.
Schedules, calendars. If it's not in the calendar, it's not happening.
Well, that is a good advice for somebody even who feels that they're 100% healthy. So you schedule everything.
I schedule everything.
And it's part of that scheduling also self-care.
Yes. I don't always get it right.
Right.
But I try to schedule when I rest, when I eat, how often I eat, because that's also, I think, what I eat. Drinking water, am I drinking enough water for the day? So again, it comes down to management of self-care, management of all the things I have to do, but just general management of health. Because in order to be healthy, you have to look at it from a holistic point of view.
Absolutely.
And so my mind has to be okay, my body has to be okay, my spirit has to be okay, and then the physical aspect will line up.
Let's talk about the mind, because a lot of the mental things manifest themselves physically, and we're learning more and more of that. But how do you maintain a mindset? Because sometimes I meet people and they are struggling with issues, wellness issues, but because things are going okay, it's as if they forget and they abandon that's happening.
I don't know that it's forget. I think it's more, I'm not the worst. I'm bad, but I'm never going to be the worst. There's somebody who is feeling more challenges than I am. And so when I wake up, I'm happy to be alive because I have made it to today. And I'm grateful to God because He has given me another chance at life. I should have been dead, but I am not. And so Them say when not dead, no dash way. You have not lost because you are still alive.
Yeah.
And because you're still alive, you have time to fight. You have time to so it's outlook. I also, apart from being grateful for life, I also have to be grateful for the support system that I have. You understand? The people around me keep me grounded. But when I cannot lock in with, I can't explain to anybody what's going on, I can always go down on my knee and pray. I can rely 100% on an ultimate creator who for me is Jesus Christ. But you get what I mean? So it's a consistent Russian relay of just managing how you view life. The glass is never half empty, it's always half full.
Yes.
And if we look at it that way, then it will be a lot easier.
I like to say halfway full.
Yeah, halfway full.
Yeah, it's on its way to being full. You have Warriors Unite, JA.
Yeah.
Tell me about that. What inspired it and how's that been going?
What inspired it? I really just wanted to help people.
Yeah.
A lot of warriors like myself. And I can't even say like myself because I don't experience some of the challenges that they do.
Correct.
But a lot of them experience unemployment because they're so sick. And that comes with not being able to care for yourself with basic needs. So it started out with me just wanting to help with the basic needs.
Yeah.
Food, money for supermarket, stuff like that. And it morphed into something else. Grateful. And it's since been going well. I currently sit on the new board for the Sickle Cell Trust.
Okay.
So there's that too. Advocacy means a lot to me, but it's more so helping other persons and showing them too that united, we can move mountains.
Yeah. How do you see us, our healthcare system, being better able to support people with sickle cell? And you mentioned not being able to work. How do we also protect them in other areas?
I feel like first we have to get to the reality that this is an invisible chronic illness, and technically in every other country it is seen as a disability. In Jamaica it is not. It is seen as just a disease. But really and truly, the people with sickle cell disease, though you cannot see it, are a lot of the time disabled by something. But it's holistic care. We are looking at just crisis management, but outside of a crisis, I wake up every day with other challenges. I wake up every day in pain. So it's pain management. But also there's a mental toll that it takes. There's a psychological aspect to it. So we need more care in every aspect to make it a holistic care and not just when crisis comes.
Not just when crisis comes. What myths or misconceptions about sickle cell would you like to? There's so many, I'm sure. But if you had to, like, in a minute, dispel some of the ones that we just absolutely have to get over here in Jamaica, what would those be?
One of them is we're lazy because we pretend that we're in pain. I think that one irritates me the most because not only am I dealing with a blood disorder, but if you think about the concept of your blood, everywhere that blood flows is affected. And if your red blood cells are shaped like a donut, of course without the hole cut out, and mine is shaped like a quarter moon, it means that I have a quarter that I'm surviving on. So whilst your red blood cells can turn over, let's say 150 days, mine is 8 to 10 days. So I'm consistently exhausted, and the fatigue that I'm feeling cannot be helped with sleep. I am genuinely, chronically fatigued. And so the lazy aspect of it needs to be debunked because there's nothing we can do about the exhaustion that we feel. And on another end, the pain that I'm feeling, if I'm really to describe the pain, it's almost like taking a hammer and beating with it. And I wake up every day in some form of pain. That's the life that we have. So when somebody says they're in pain, not because they're not screaming and rolling on the ground, don't mean anything, you understand? So that's one of the two.
Of the main things,
of the things that I would want to debunk.
Yeah, because if we had to feel even a fraction of that pain for a minute, it would be something different.
It would be something different.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
For just being you, Daniela, and advocacy, and for inspiring a lot of people, and for changing just the way we see people with sickle cell.
Thank you.
Keep thriving. Keep thriving.
Appreciate it.
Love it. Podcaster, author, entrepreneur, advocate, Daniela A. White. That was 10 Minutes to Your Health. More and Smile after the break.